Let's start with a simple question. How many times should someone be allowed to hurt you before you finally stop forgiving? Once? Twice? 10 times? Most men don't struggle with love. They struggle with letting go. Because loyalty makes you patient, and patience makes you tolerate things you should never accept. Today we're talking about 4 red flags you should never forgive. Not because people don't make mistakes, but because these behaviors don't come from mistakes. They come from mindset. Listen carefully. These signs usually appear long before the relationship ends. Red flag number 1. They hurt you and then blame you. This one is dangerous. Not the mistake, not the argument. The blame. You bring up something that hurt you, and somehow the conversation turns into your fault. You felt disrespected? You're too sensitive. You felt ignored? You expect too much. You felt hurt? You misunderstood. Notice the pattern. Your pain becomes the problem. This is emotional deflection. Instead of accountability, you get confusion. Instead of apology, you get explanation. Instead of change, you get blame. And slowly something toxic happens. You stop bringing up problems, because every conversation becomes a courtroom where you end up defending your feelings. This isn't misunderstanding. This is avoidance of responsibility. And relationships without accountability don't improve. They repeat. Red flag number 2. They only change when they feel consequences. Here's the thing. Anyone can promise change. Anyone can apologize. Anyone can say, "I'll do better." But real change shows up before consequences, not after. Notice the pattern. They ignore the issue until you pull back. They dismiss the problem until you get distant. They don't take you seriously until they feel they might lose you. Suddenly they change. Suddenly they care. Suddenly they understand. But the timing reveals everything. It wasn't your pain that triggered change. It was the risk of losing comfort. And change motivated by fear rarely lasts. Because once comfort returns, old behavior quietly returns with it. Red flag number 3. They keep crossing the same boundary. Everyone makes mistakes once, maybe twice. But repeated disrespect is never accidental. If you clearly communicate a boundary, and it keeps getting crossed, you're not dealing with misunderstanding. You're dealing with disregard. Because boundaries don't fail silently. They fail repeatedly. You explained it. You clarified it. You gave chances. And yet the same behavior keeps showing up. Why? Because boundaries without consequences become suggestions. And suggestions are easy to ignore. This is the moment many men get stuck. They hope understanding will create change. But understanding without action teaches the wrong lesson. I can cross this line and nothing will happen. Red flag number 4. They show effort only when you pull away. This one feels confusing because it looks like love. You create distance and suddenly they chase. You become quiet and suddenly they care. You stop initiating and suddenly they try. It feels romantic. It feels emotional. It feels like proof they don't want to lose you. But look closer. Why does effort appear only when effort disappears? Consistent care doesn't switch on and off. Real interest doesn't require withdrawal to activate. If someone only values you when they feel distance, they don't value connection. They value access. And access feels different when it becomes uncertain. Why these red flags matter? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Forgiveness is powerful. But unlimited forgiveness removes consequences. And when consequences disappear, behavior rarely changes. People repeat what they're allowed to repeat. Not because they're evil, because humans follow patterns that work. If disrespect has no cost, it becomes comfortable. The Stoic perspective. Stoic philosophy never taught men to hold grudges. It taught them to hold standards, to separate mistakes from patterns, to separate apologies from change, to separate words from behavior. Forgiveness is noble, but self-respect is necessary. And self-respect requires limits. Final thought. Not everything deserves endless chances. Some behaviors teach you something important. Not how much you love someone, but how much you're willing to tolerate. And the moment you stop tolerating repeated disrespect, your life becomes quieter, clearer, healthier. Because peace doesn't come from fixing people. It comes from recognizing patterns and stepping away from them. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more content on self-respect, relationships, and male psychology. Because the strongest boundaries are the ones you finally stop negotiating.